Welcome to Molson Sports Talk. Here is your host, Matt Olson.
Hi everyone, how are we doing? Hope everyone had a great Wednesday. Got a pretty good show on tap for tonight. We've got two big topics that I want to discuss. The possible Big 12 expansion, and then also I want to give you my take on Clayton Kershaw and his current injury. First, let's start off though with a shout out to Charles Peanut Tillman. Congratulations on your retirement from the National Football League. 13-year career with the Bears and the Panthers. Just a phenomenal player, great cornerback, taken in the second round in 2003 by the Bears. Was unbelievable at punching the football out, forcing fumbles. Was a really, really good guy as well in the league. And so we will definitely miss seeing him compete on Sundays. Moving on to the Big 12 and the possible expansion that they're looking at. In Dallas right now, we do have the Big 12 Media Days. The college presidents have approved their commissioner, Bob Bowlesby, to look at possible expansion. Now, when this whole expansion blew up in college football about 5 years ago, the Big 12 was the big losers. They went down to 10 teams. They lost their conference championship game. And that really hurt them, especially with this playoff format that they have now. With no conference championship game, they feel like they're being left out because they're missing that last game to truly crown a conference champion. Now, in 2017, even without expansion, they are going to go to two divisions and they are going to add that conference championship game, but it would be a lot better if they did add some teams. Now you're looking at either a 2-team or a 4-team addition. What I'm hearing is it's going to be a 4-team addition, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. They're hoping to get this ironed away and announced by the end of September. Now you look at possible teams that would be a good addition for the Big 12. The one that's like a slam dunk that I'm hearing is the University of Cincinnati. Get into that Ohio market. It would be a natural rivalry with West Virginia, so that looks like it's possibly a done deal. Other suitors, UConn. Maybe not from a football standpoint, but from basketball, they're very, very attractive. Always in the hunt for a national championship in men's basketball. In women's basketball, they dominate the game. Colorado State also. They pumped $220 million into a new facility for football, so watch them. BYU, they're always a sexy choice when it comes to expansion. And a dark horse would be the University of Houston, the Cougars. They had a phenomenal year last year, beat Florida State in their bowl game. That makes sense. They have many natural rivals from the Southwest Conference days of Texas, Texas Tech, Baylor. So that would make sense. The only thing that I look at as possibly not working out with that is the recruiting. Houston is a fertile ground for high school football talent, and I don't know if Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, TCU, Texas Tech is going to want to add Houston into that mix. They have a very good aspect of recruiting, letting those players know, hey, we're a Power 5 conference school. Why don't you come here? Why don't you play football for one of the big boys? Don't stay at Houston at one of your mid-tier schools. So Houston makes sense, and it doesn't make sense for the Big 12. Also, you have to look at what is the future of Baylor. Baylor was rocked with the investigation and the report that was forwarded about all of the sexual misconduct, the sexual assault by players from the top down. It's been shaken up at Baylor. Art Briles, the former head coach, was fired and let go. It's just very, very bad business. Would the Big 12 actually consider kicking Baylor out of the conference? I doubt it, but it is a possibility. If that happens, do you add a 5th team then? I would think you have to get to that 14 teams, just like the SEC, ACC, and the Big 10. Now, moving on to Clayton Kershaw. He's the most dominant pitcher in the game right now. He has been for a while. He's been on the DL since June 26th. He's got a lower back injury. He did pitch a simulated game the other day and did suffer a setback. Now, the Dodgers aren't too worried about this. I'm very worried about this. He is out indefinitely right now. I mean, reports coming out of Los Angeles is there's nothing that Clayton Kershaw can do to alleviate the pain that he's getting with this back injury. He actually had to have an epidural. Now, to put that into context for you, pregnant women in labor having a baby have epidurals. And Clayton Kershaw had to have one. That just shows you how much pain he is in. Now, the Dodgers are leading the wild card right now. They are currently 4.5 games behind the San Francisco Giants for the NL West lead. So they are treading water. They're actually playing pretty darn well in Clayton Kershaw's absence. They are 11-6 since he's went on the DL. But they're really going to have to rely on that rotation. Scott Kazmir, Bud Norris, who they just got in a trade with Atlanta a couple weeks ago, Brandon McCarthy, Kenta Maeda, and then also 19-year-old phenom rookie Julio Urias. They're really going to have to pick up the slack here. But if Clayton Kershaw is out for an extended period of time, I just do not see them getting to the playoffs. I mean, it's really hard to replace a 1.79 ERA, 11-2 record, and 145 strikeouts. The man has only walked 9 batters. That's a 16-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And that is absolutely ridiculous. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the Big 12? What do you think are maybe some possible schools that would be attractive for the Big 12 to add on? Also, let me know about Clayton Kershaw. What do you think the Dodgers are going to do in his absence? Do you think that they have a shot at making the playoffs and possibly being a wild card team that could get to the World Series? Molson Man 86 on Twitter. Facebook is Molson Sports Talk. Like it, and go ahead and get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you guys. Honey, I will let you know, I have been watching some film on Clayton Kershaw. I'm just finishing up the 1994 Little League World Series, so I got some tape that I got to watch on him.